Good afternoon, you YouTube's you. It's time to build another Tony Nijhuis model. Now, I think by the time you see this, the original Tony Nijhuis model I built, which is this beautiful 38-inch wingspan de Havilland Mosquito, it had a very short maiden flight, a bit of a problem on the engine mount on the port side, but that's been repaired. Wingtip got snapped off, that's got repaired. It's yet to have a proper full maiden, but in the interim, I'm missing building these Tony Nijhuis things. I think they've got a little charm of their own, and yes, despite all the sanding, I'm a sucker for punishment. So, having built a de Havilland Mosquito, we are going to be building, when I say we, I mean the royal we, a Focke-Wulf TA.154 Moskito, same size as the de Havilland, 38-inch wingspan, same kind of build technique, some moulded parts. This one, for whatever reason, isn't available as a laser cut kit, which the de Havilland was. But you might remember, if you've seen the video on the Mosquito, I had all sorts of problems with wood matching, which was done by a company whose name begins with S and rhymes with Marek. They didn't do a good job there. I think Tony Nijhuis has switched suppliers, and he now uses Sleck in Watton in Norfolk, which is, I can't tell you how convenient, because they're just up the road from me. Anyway, the guys at Sleck, Chris, hand selected all the balsa wood pack for this TA.154 Focke-Wulf Mosquito. I've been collecting bits over the last couple of months. We've got, in our roll call, my original Hobby King Hurricane, which got crash bash smashed and is long gone. That's going to bequeath the servos. Where is it? Yeah, these are the nacelles for the motor. They're supplied. Cockpit supplied in there. Because it's not a laser cut kit, there's going to be a lot of sort of pricking through the plan onto balsa wood and then hand cutting. Now, for that purpose, when I was a graphic designer, when dinosaurs ruled the earth, I had a set of what's called shipping curves, as well as French curves and all sorts of other bits and bobs. Long gone of course. So trying to find shipping curves today just proved about almost impossible. So I bought some Taylor's curves, all Chinese of course, cheap as chips, thin and bendy, but it doesn't matter. It's got the kind of curves at the kind of radii that I'm going to need to cut all these soft, long curves here on the plan. Phew, right, what else is there? Let's switch to building board 2. Where I have a pilot figure, which is the same scale as the ones in the de Havilland Mosquito. It's the same fella, actually, just painted differently. Now, he used to sit in a Hobby King Corsair, but I scrapped that to actually provide the servos and some other vital bits and pieces to build the de Havilland Tony Nijhuis Mosquito. So he's going to go in. I need another one because the German Mosquito was a 2-seater. We've got piles and piles of Hobby King Lancaster parts bequeathed from the lovely Martin Lee, aka Flanker Tanker. Now, the power system. This is the twin sister to the power system that Martin gave me for the Mosquito de Havilland. This is the other wing's worth, which he gave me when we met up a few months back, and I bought a couple of models off him, and he's given me everything that he had that was Hobby King Lancaster, including a Hobby King Lancaster kit, which I've got to put together at some point. Anyway, I digress. This power loom is, as I said, the other half of the one in the de Havilland Mosquito, but it needed, excuse me, a little bit of modification to get across the wings and nacelles and fuselage of the kit here. There's quite a long run from where the motor will sit. ESC will sit in here. Power cables will run into here. Now that's fine on one side, but the other side of the loom was about 1/3 the length and wouldn't go. So at Sleck, beautiful, lovely Sleck, they have the beautiful and lovely Colin, who's an aero modeller of huge experience, goes in there and sort of helps out, helping pair of hands, and does all the odd jobs and things. And he has extended the wiring loom for me, which is lovely, because now it's the same length either side and long enough to span the nacelles and fuselage and everything else of the German Mosquito. So I sort of think I've got everything I need to make a start, so that's what we're going to do. Tony Nijhuis 38 inch Focke-Wulf TA.154 Moskito. Let's get into it. Here we go. Okay, tried the pricking through the plan method onto the balsa wood, but something moved and it wasn't a success. So we're going to go with the technique of tracing paper over the plan, draw the elements out that I need to cut onto the tracing paper. I'll spray mount the tracing paper to the balsa and then cut it out that way. And that's how we're going to proceed with the whole project. So here we go. Part of the job on the Mosquito, Focke-Wulf Mosquito TA.154 is extracting engine mounts from good old Martin Lee's crashed Lancaster. Something that happened when I maidened the Tony Nijhuis 38 inch Mosquito was that the engine mounts came loose, so I don't want a repeat of that. It's probably because of the thickness of the plate at the front that the bolts pass through and into the body of the motor. That's been fixed with thread lock. That's had a good 24 hours plus to set off, so I'll be doing some more run-up tests on that to make sure there's no repeat of what shortened the Mosquito's maiden flight. It flew beautifully, I've got to say. Switching horses, talking about the de Havilland, I can't believe how beautifully it flew. It was so locked in, no need for any stabilisation really. Absolutely awesome bit of aeronautical engineering and design by Tony Nijhuis. Thank you, sir. Anyway, back to this. Excuse me. We're going to be hacking about. I've done one earlier. Here's one I prepared earlier. If you're a Brit, you'll laugh at that. So hack away at it, hack away, hack away, hack away, and then we wind up with a lovely thinner but very tough engine mount, so we don't get any repetition of what brought the excuse me, oh that got it, yeah, what brought the Mosquito Maiden to a bit of an end. But anyway, thought you'd like to know. Onwards, here we go.